Look at the answers. Let's see what we got. Bless you. All right, any questions on these guys? As we get to number 5C, it's not the best answer because you really can't have negative time, but you should realize that this doubling is exponential. So this is the only exponential graph there, so it's the best answer, so you should go with it. Okay? Yes?
How do you get number 4?
The best way that I could think of for you to do it for now is to graph it on the calculator and look for the line that runs right down the middle of the parabola. Okay? So in other words, if this was my parabola here, I would look for this line that runs right down the middle, which in this case is the y-axis, and that's the line x equals 0. Axis of symmetry will always be x equals, so you can cross off the y's, they'll never be. And then it's just, is it -4 or is it +4? Okay. All right, take a look there. Okay, we're good? All right, this is what's very strange about this, is for some reason it's just pumping it out a little bit weird. 31, 32, I would imagine this is. There we go, good. Of course, if you had 11.1, that would be okay too. We just would prefer that it be in fraction form. But not the end of the world if it's not. Okay. We okay? Take a look there.
Wait, hold on.
What's that?
I don't understand how you got what you did for 11.
All right, well, it asks for 11. Listen, 11 says which one's the greatest.
Oh, the greatest. Okay.
What'd you do? Go for the least?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yes.
I don't get what you did on 10.
Okay, for number 10, there's a couple of ways to do this. One way to do this is to plug in the x values and see if you get all the correct f of x values. So for instance, let's go over an answer that's wrong. Let's go over choice 4. If I plug in a 3 for x, what's 2 times 3? And 6 minus 7 is clearly not 55. So I know that can't be the answer. Now let's try it for choice 1. Let's plug in a 2. What's 4 squared? Minus 9. 7. So that's looking good. So that's one way to do it. The other way to do it would be to go to y equals on your calculator and plug in each of these choices and see which one's table includes all these values.
That's what I did. I thought that was good. I think the reason is because she might have forgotten to write down you might have forgotten, like, it's the same thing as number 1, just different because it's subtracting from the exponent. Like, maybe that's why.
Oh, yeah, no, I know exactly what Janelle's saying, and she's right. What happens is you have to be very careful when you input this data into the calculator that only the x goes in the exponent place. If you type it in 2 up arrow x plus 3, the whole x plus 3 might go in the exponent place. So what you need to do is go 2 to the x and then hit the down arrow, and that brings the plus 3 back in line where it's supposed to be. Does that make sense? Okay? Yeah, so be prepared for that. Okay. Any problem with 12? So that should be very easy. Okay. 32, 33, 34. Oh, this is the wrong one. I don't want 34 yet. Let's see if this is it. No, we just did that one. All right, here we go. Next up. Take a look.
What does A say?
Okay, are we good?
Yeah.
There's the rest. Oh, there's the rest of that question. Hey, come on. Let me get. Yes.
Is it okay if you wrote G of X?
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. And I think we got one more sheet to go. There we go. Are we looking good, everybody?
Yes.
All right, let's scroll down to the next piece. There we go. Okay, are we looking good?
I got 100.
Nice.
That's a first.
Now, okay, please settle it down for just a minute. Okay, I want you to understand something extremely important. Okay? Performance, listen carefully. Performance is a function of preparation. So many kids think that how they do on the test, Mr. Rulin, a lot of kids think how they do on the test is a matter of how smart they were born. Anthony, if you want to go potty now, you can run. Now, it's not. Performance is a function of preparation. It's all about how hard you prepare for your test. Now, do you remember your first test? Remember? Right? Are you preparing better now?
Yes.
That's what you want to do. You want to, in the old expression, leave no stone unturned. Every kind of question that I give to you, you want to make sure that you can look at that question and have a level of comfort with it. And say, hey, I'm familiar with this. I know how to do this. I have a sense of direction. I've told you before about my friend out in California, and she really does struggle with what's expected of her on the test. She's extremely smart. She works extremely hard. But when she doesn't know what's coming on the test, and it involves an incredibly diverse material and so much different material, you feel lost as a student. You just don't know what to expect when you walk into the test. And it fosters a negative mindset. It fosters a spirit or an attitude of trepidation or fear when you're walking into that test, because you're thinking mostly about what can go wrong. You're not thinking about what can go right. Now, you are given the opposite scenario. You know exactly what is coming. And if you know anything about me, you know, in the words of the Godfather, if it leaves these lips, it's a promise. So you know what your test is going to look like. You know what you're expected to be able to do. Today is your last day of prep for this test. And I expect you to tear into this prep. I expect you to work really, really hard during the course of this period, so that when you walk into the test tomorrow, you're like, I got this. I know I'm gonna do really, really well. That's what we're looking for from every one of you guys. If you dare walk into tomorrow's test and are unprepared for a single question, then that means that you have not been responsible to yourself and that you haven't respected yourself, and that's never a good thing. You with me on that? Okay, so during the rest of the period, you have a reflection sheet to fill out based on yesterday's work. If you got 100, you go help somebody and you write down what they did wrong. Get 2 questions, turn that in, and then work on today's sheet for the rest of the period. Get it? Hey, get it? Oh, you said got it. Get it? That stunk. Get it? That still stunk. Get it?
Got it.
Much better. All right. All right, good work, guys. Let's get ready to kick some butt.
What's 1 tomorrow?